Intro music fades in with visuals of ancient scrolls, mystical symbols, and quick flashes of Loki, Anansi, and Coyote. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're jumping into the wild and wacky world of trickster gods. Ever wondered why so many cultures have their own mischievous deity causing chaos and stirring the pot? Well, you're in for a treat. Grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's dive into the tales of Loki, Anansi, and Coyote to figure out who truly earns the title of the ultimate trickster. So, trickster gods. What's up with them, right? From ancient myths to modern movies, these crafty characters have always captured our imagination. There's just something irresistible about a good mischief maker. Maybe it's the way they challenge the norms, or perhaps it's because they remind us a bit of ourselves, flawed, clever, and always up for a bit of fun. Today, we're spotlighting three legendary tricksters: Loki, the shape-shifting mischief maker from Norse mythology; Anansi, the cunning spider from West African folklore; Coyote, the unpredictable spirit from Native American traditions. Our mission? To explore their wildest stories, compare their antics, and crown the ultimate trickster. Ready to embark on this mythical journey? Let's get started. Before we dive into their individual stories, let's chat about what makes a trickster god tick. These aren't your typical deities sitting high and mighty on Olympus or Asgard. Nope, tricksters are the rebels, the ones challenging the status quo, bending the rules, and sometimes breaking them entirely. Common traits of trickster gods include shape-shifting abilities, because who wouldn't want to switch things up once in a while? Sharp wit and cunning, outsmarting others is their bread and butter. Challenging societal norms, they question everything, pushing boundaries and making us think. But it's not just about causing trouble. Trickster gods often play crucial roles in their cultures, teaching moral lessons and reflecting the complexities of human nature. They're like the cosmic jesters, reminding us that life isn't always black and white. First up, let's head north and meet Loki, the notorious trickster of Norse mythology. If there's one thing to say about Loki, it's that he's complicated. Born to giants but counted among the Aesir gods, he's always been a bit of an outsider, a wildcard in the divine deck. So, what's Loki's story? Loki is a master of transformation, shifting into all sorts of forms: human, animal, you name it. He's clever, charismatic, and oh so sneaky. But his tricks often come with a hefty price tag, especially for those around him. The theft of Idun's apples. Imagine this. The gods of Asgard rely on magical apples to maintain their youth and vigor. These are tended by the lovely goddess Idun. Enter Loki, who gets entangled with a giant named Thjazi. To save his own skin after a misadventure, Loki promises to deliver Idun to the giant. He tricks Idun into venturing outside Asgard, where she's promptly kidnapped. Without her apples, the gods start aging rapidly. Gray hairs and wrinkles everywhere, yikes. Realizing the mess he's caused, Loki is coerced into fixing it. Transforming into a falcon, he swoops in, rescues Idun, turning her into a nut for easy transport, and makes a daring escape back to Asgard. Crisis averted, but not without a whole lot of unnecessary drama. The creation of Thor's hammer. Ever wondered how Thor got his iconic hammer, Mjolnir? Well, you can thank, or blame, Loki for that. One day, Loki decides it'd be hilarious to cut off the golden hair of Sif, Thor's wife. Thor, understandably furious, demands Loki fix it. To make amends, Loki approaches the dwarven craftsmen, the sons of Ivaldi, convincing them to create new hair for Sif, along with other treasures. But Loki's mischief doesn't stop there. He bets another group of dwarves, Brokkr and Eitri, that they can't make items as fine. When they accept, Loki tries sabotaging their work by turning into a pesky fly and biting them. Despite his efforts, they produce Mjolnir. The catch? The hammer's handle is a bit short. Thor gets his hammer, and Loki narrowly escapes with his life. Classic Loki. The death of Balder. This one's a doozy. Balder, the beloved god of light and purity, begins having nightmares about his death. His mother, Frigg, extracts promises from all things in the world not to harm him. All except mistletoe. Seems harmless enough, right? Enter Loki, who discovers this loophole. Crafting a dart from mistletoe, he tricks Baldur's blind brother, Hoder, into throwing it during a game where the gods playfully hurl objects at the invulnerable Baldur. The dart strikes true, and Baldur falls dead. The gods are devastated, and this event sets the wheels of Ragnarok, the end of the world, in motion. Talk about a prank gone too far. Loki is the epitome of a double-edged sword. His cunning brings both gifts and curses to the gods. He's neither wholly evil nor good, making him an endlessly fascinating figure. Plus, he's got that charismatic bad boy vibe that's hard to resist. Next, we're off to West Africa to meet Anansi, the spider god of stories, wisdom, and trickery. Originating from the Ashanti people of Ghana, Anansi's tales have spun their way across continents, especially through the Caribbean and American South via the transatlantic slave trade. Who is Anansi? Anansi often appears as a spider, a man, or a combination of both. He's the ultimate storyteller, using his wits to outsmart those bigger and stronger than himself. His stories aren't just entertaining, they're packed with lessons. How Anansi obtained all stories from Niam. In the beginning, all stories belonged to Niam, the sky god. Anansi wanted these stories for himself, and the world, so he approached Niam with the request. Niam, perhaps amused, gave Anansi a seemingly impossible task: capture 4 formidable creatures, a python, a leopard, the hornets, and the fairy Mmoasha. Undeterred, Anansi sets about his mission. He tricks the python into tying itself up to measure its length, traps the leopard in a pit, fools the hornets into a gourd by suggesting it's raining, and uses a sticky doll to capture the fairy. With all tasks completed, Niam grants him the stories, making Anansi the keeper of tales. Pretty slick move, huh? Anansi and the wisdom pot. Anansi decides to gather all the world's wisdom into a pot, keeping it solely for himself. Greedy much? To hide it, he tries climbing a tall tree with the pot strapped to his front. But he struggles, and his young son watching below suggests placing the pot on his back for easier climbing. Frustrated that even a child possesses wisdom, Anansi realizes the folly in his plan. In a fit of rage, he throws down the pot, and the wisdom scatters across the land for everyone to share. Moral of the story? Wisdom isn't meant to be hoarded. Anansi and Turtle at the feast. Anansi invites Turtle over for dinner but plays tricks to keep the food to himself, washing Turtle's hands repeatedly until the food is gone. Later, Turtle returns the favor by inviting Anansi to an underwater feast. Anansi, not one to miss a meal, weighs himself down to join but is told he must wear a proper jacket, which he doesn't have underwater. By the time he surfaces to get one, the food is gone. Touché, Turtle. Anansi's tales are rich with humor and wisdom. He may be small, but he uses his brain to overcome obstacles and teach valuable lessons. He's a testament to the idea that intelligence triumphs over brute strength. Finally, let's journey to North America and meet Coyote, a prominent figure in many Native American tribes, including the Navajo, Caddo, and Hopi nations. Coyote is a complex character, both a creator and a destroyer, a teacher and a fool. What's Coyote's story? Coyote is often depicted as both a literal coyote and a supernatural being with human traits. He's known for his mischievous antics, but also for his role in shaping the world and bringing important gifts to humanity. Coyote steals fire. In a time when humans suffered from the cold, fire was guarded by a group of fire beings or thunder spirits. Feeling empathy for humans, Coyote devises a plan to steal fire. He and other animals coordinate a relay to pass the fire along. Coyote snatches the firebrand and runs, passing it to others when he tires. Despite pursuit, they succeed, bringing warmth to the world. Coyote and the origin of death. In this tale, the world becomes overcrowded, and death is introduced as a necessity. Some beings suggest that people should die but be reborn after a time. Coyote, however, argues that death should be permanent to prevent overpopulation and resource depletion. He blocks the spirit who comes to announce rebirth, solidifying the finality of death. It's a sobering story, reflecting on life's cycles. Coyote creates the world. In various creation myths, Coyote plays a pivotal role in forming the world. He works alongside other beings, sometimes complementing their efforts, other times causing havoc. His actions explain natural phenomena and teach lessons about balance and respect for nature. Coyote embodies duality, a trickster who can be both helpful and harmful. His stories are a blend of humor, wisdom, and caution, reminding us of the complexities of existence. So we've got Loki, Anansi, and Coyote, three legendary tricksters with their own flavor of mischief. Let's compare them. Similarities: shape-shifting abilities. Loki transforms into animals, humans, and even objects. Anansi alternates between spider and human forms. Coyote appears as both a coyote and a human, often blending traits. They all question authority and disrupt the established order, often leading to significant changes. Moral ambiguity. None are strictly good or evil. Their actions can bring about positive outcomes or cause chaos, reflecting the multifaceted nature of morality. Differences. Cultural roles. Loki often instigates events leading to doom and destruction. Hello, Ragnarok. Anansi serves as a culture hero, spreading stories and wisdom. Coyote acts as both a creator and a trickster, influencing the world's very fabric. Motivations behind their tricks. Loki is driven by self-interest, jealousy, or sheer mischief. Anansi seeks personal gain but often ends up benefiting others. Coyote's actions range from helping humanity to satisfying his own whims. Relationships with other deities. Loki has a love-hate relationship with the Norse gods, both aiding and betraying them. Anansi interacts with gods and spirits, often outsmarting them. Coyote generally operates independently, affecting humans and other spirits directly. Influence on their cultures. Loki is a central figure in Norse myths, inspiring countless adaptations in literature and media. Looking at you, Marvel fans. Anansi's stories are foundational in West African and Caribbean folklore, emphasizing the power of storytelling. Coyote's stories are integral to Native American traditions, teaching lessons about nature, balance, and consequences. Alright, time to get analytical. Let's establish some criteria to decide who wears the trickster crown. Ingenuity and cleverness. How crafty and innovative are their tricks? Impact of deeds. Do their actions have significant, lasting effects? Cultural resonance. How deeply are they embedded in their culture and beyond? Assessment time. Loki's scorecard. Ingenuity. High. His schemes are elaborate and often involve shape-shifting and manipulating others. Impact. Significant. His actions lead to monumental events, including the fall of the gods. Cultural resonance. Strong. Loki's tales have transcended time, influencing modern storytelling and pop culture. Anansi's scorecard. Ingenuity. Off the charts. He consistently outsmarts beings more powerful than himself. Impact. Profound. He brings stories and wisdom to humanity, shaping cultural narratives. Cultural resonance. Immense. Anansi's tales are still told today, emphasizing the importance of wit and intelligence. Coyote's scorecard. Ingenuity. High, but sometimes his tricks backfire, showcasing his fallibility. Impact. Fundamental. He's involved in creation myths and teaches vital life lessons. Cultural resonance. Deep. Coyote's stories are integral to Native American cultures and continue to be shared. Drumroll, please. After weighing all the evidence, it's time to crown our champion. And the title of the ultimate trickster goes to Anansi. Unmatched cunning and cleverness, often outwitting even the highest of gods. Positive contributions, bringing stories and wisdom to humanity. Enduring legacy, with tales that have shaped storytelling traditions across the globe. But hey, this isn't to say Loki and Coyote aren't legendary in their own right. They absolutely are. Each brings something unique to the table, reflecting the values and complexities of their respective cultures. Of course, this is just one perspective. Depending on who you ask, the answer might differ. The beauty of mythology is that it's open to interpretation, and every story has its own magic. What a ride! We've journeyed through icy realms, lush jungles, and vast deserts, meeting some of the most fascinating figures mythology has to offer. Loki taught us about the duality of chaos and order. Anansi showed us the power of wit and the importance of sharing knowledge. Coyote reminded us of the balance between creation and destruction. These trickster gods aren't just ancient tales, they're reflections of the human experience. They embody our curiosity, our flaws, and our endless quest for understanding. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good trickster story? They're entertaining, thought-provoking, and sometimes downright hilarious. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and exploring these incredible stories. Now, I want to hear from you. Who do you think is the ultimate trickster? Do you have a favorite story about Loki, Anansi, or Coyote? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the conversation going. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more mythical adventures and deep dives into folklore from around the world. Until next time, stay curious, stay clever, and remember, sometimes it's good to stir the pot. Catch you later. Outro music fades in with visuals of spinning globes, twinkling stars, and the trickster trio fading into the night sky.